Yo, yo, hey, yo, how's it going? Cheers, cheers, good morning, cheers, good morning. Hello, how are you? Hey, yo, here we are. Hey, what's going on? Let's turn this on. How are we feeling? Welcome back. Still trying to set up some of this camera. Woo! Cheers, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, possibly even good night. How are we doing? Welcome back to Crypto News, Crypto with Kung Fu. What is happening today? Let us find out. Let us look. We have only so many moments to keep chopping through the FUD and staying ahead of the FOMO. What's the dealio? What's the dealio today? How are we feeling? I can't help but notice that the room's popping off. You guys are feeling good today. Hello, room. Hello, room. Let's say hello to everybody, and then we'll chat it up for a second, and then we'll do the news. Hello. Hey, Egbertina. Hello. Good morning. Hey, from the Netherlands. Hello. Thank you. How are you? Corey Ziegelman. How are you? Good morning. The Great Pate. Bill Gould. Hello. Mr. Pace. Something clever. Chellfire. XRP Grind. Seth Jose Nicholas. Good morning. Wyko. Drizzy. XRP Reacher. Is it XRP Preacher or XRP Reacher? I'm pretty sure it's XRP Preacher. Bricks, Win, Ross, XRP, Andrew White, Mark, Tyler, Bruce, Santosh, Mitch88, Lakeside Crypto, Jonathan. How are we all feeling? That's right. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and possibly good night, depending on where you are, where you are in the world. What's going on? I'm ready to do this. Good morning. Yes, it's buy time. It's a good time to buy. It's a good time to be alive. What up? Hashtag XRP Moon. Hashtag XRP Moon. Hello from Scotland. Hey yo. Cheers. I have sore arms. Very nice. I'm proud of you. You did it. Good work. I just reached a new XRP milestone today. Very nice. Congratulations. You deserve it. You deserve it, guy. Or girl. Crypto Cougar. You deserve it. Very nice. Oh, yes. The good times. It's Friday. Good times on Friday. We have our meme giveaway tomorrow. If you guys haven't already dropped your memes, that's what's popping off tomorrow with the meme giveaway. If we, I tried to stay away from there. I tried to not look, but I got on Reddit yesterday, and since I'm subscribed to my own subreddit, I saw some of the memes. They're pretty good. They're good. They're good. I tried to not look. How do I do that? Amjad. Hey, bro, from England. How are you? My bad. I did not mean to forget you twice. I didn't mean it. Hey, yo, Amjad Ali. How are you? Don't cry face me. Don't cry face me, bro. I love you. I care about you. Sending you good vibes right now. Cambo Vision, Jenko, hello. Let's say hi to Amjad again. Amjad Ali, how are you? The entire crypto market's in the green inside the top 12. Well, all the way to Ethereum Classic. Yeah, inside the top 11. So, no big deal. Nothing too crazy there. I just did a post on my Instagram. If you guys don't follow me on Instagram, you should. You should go like that post and comment what you want me to give away. I know. We usually give away XRP on YouTube. So, just clarify what you'd want other than XRP. It's for people that want things other than XRP. I'm doing a giveaway. Maybe you can win a drone or some camera gear or some cool pants, whatever you want to do. So, yeah, I was trying to grind out a video. Honestly, looking at what happened yesterday, looking at the news breaking yesterday, I was really trying to understand what's happening, because I know there's been a lot of information being released about the liquidity options that XRapid provides and what that means, etc. So I was really trying to look at what that means, understand that moving forward, and that's what I spent a lot of time looking at yesterday, trying to do a video for you guys. Yes, Clara B. Liechtenstein is a big part of the big news today and yesterday and tomorrow, and probably a lot of the big news that's going to be happening for the next few weeks. But what are you guys excited about today? What's happening with you on Friday? How are we feeling? What's going on? Giveaway blue blockers. Give away some blue blockers. All right. Why not? Why not? Yesterday, someone said I could sell these on eBay for $1 million. I was like, bro, I don't know. You might be giving me too much credit there, bro. One day. Maybe one day. I don't know. I don't know about that, though. These ones are worth more than $1 million anyway. These are legit. These are gold standard blue blockers, okay? These are gold standard blue blockers. All right, well, so if you guys haven't been following the Binance CEO and the Liechtenstein development on Twitter, basically this, thank you, Cambo Vision just tweeted this at me 30 minutes ago. This is the Binance and Liechtenstein press event from yesterday. Normally when we do news in the morning, we don't get to look at some of the news that comes out later in the day. So we kind of play catch up, but that's okay because we get to explain it. We get to break it down and talk about what it actually means, not just watch it. So I was halfway through this. We're just going to click around and peep this for a second. Liechtenstein, Binance, exchange. What does that mean? Also with, what's his name? The guy that did the Arrington Capital. So Arrington, whatever his name is, Michael Arrington and Liechtenstein and Ripple and Binance CEO all hanging out. That's what they were talking about the last few days on Twitter. People were speculating what's happening. And actually, I forgot to tell you guys about this yesterday, but this is kind of cool. This is a XRP calendar. It's an XRP calendar showing upcoming events and interesting moments. So wait, let's take away my face so you can see it. There we go. So we had today is the LCX blockchain session at 2:30 p.m. So we can see this is on the calendar. LCX blockchain session at 2:30 p.m. It's kind of cool that they have this calendar set up. Bittrex adds USD XRP pair, 12 p.m. block show Americas. So they have all these events on, all these different events on this calendar. Very exciting stuff. So what do you guys think this is? What do you think they're doing? What would Michael Arrington and Binance and Liechtenstein do? What would they be doing?
Welcoming on stage at the end for some photos. And Ms. Adler, you're right. We are talking about change, innovation. And a country can be innovative as well. But change is coming always in different waves. The first wave of the blockchain had been already happening. There had been a proof of concept. The technology had been kind of built up to be very stable and sustainable. We are speaking about the new Internet of Value, which is being created. So a little bit feels like the early days of the Internet. So as we know, of the Internet development, there have been more and more stages coming up. And I see a new wave coming, a new wave of institutional and financial investors, professional investors joining, investing in this space, and then a second wave where blockchain technology will be used in all different kind of industries, from healthcare to education to even voting, where it might make sense to use these forms of technologies. So we had a couple of observations when we looked at the overall market situation. First of all, there was a lack of regulation. So I can congratulate you that you're on the first steps to make that the history and past, so that we are getting some rules, which is certainly needed for the industry to grow. And the second observation is there's a lack of solutions for institutional and professional clients, which you're used to, like in the normal stock markets or other financial trading. So there's a need for new solutions. And last but not least, there's this opportunity of knowledge and talent. And I know, like when I had been first exposed to the internet when I was a little child, dialing up with a modem, I was fascinated that most of the development has been coming out of Silicon Valley. And so it has been the last 20 years. I can imagine most of the companies have been built over there. And now it's changing. It's the first time that Silicon Valley moves around and says, where could we locate our company? And look into the map of Europe and pick Liechtenstein to be something like that. And so we are very proud to make that change happen and also bring kind of the market leader of that space, Binance, here to Liechtenstein. Because change can't be done alone. We always have to do it as a collaboration. So I also see that the Crypto Valley, where Zug is known, is not a competitor, but rather we're extending the crypto valley over here. It's just a short drive, and we are bringing innovation here to this country in this respect. So, as said, there's LCX and there's Binance, and we set together about what could we do together to set new standards for the blockchain industry and to make something happen which is substantial for the future for financial institutions and for the blockchain world as well. So have kind of the best of both worlds. So we came up with Binance LCX as being a fiat to crypto exchange. There will be the opportunity to trade Swiss francs against Swiss francs and euro against other major cryptocurrencies. So, but let me welcome somebody on stage who can explain much deeper what exchanges do, what blockchain and cryptocurrencies really are. So please welcome CZ from Binance.
All right, before we listen to that part, let's just talk about this for a second. Let's think about what's happening. What are they basically saying? What are they basically saying? This quote, though, I'm trying to look at your comments too. His microphone does sound underwater. It does not sound, it's not very good audio quality. I know, I recognize the audio quality is not that good. Thank you for putting up with the sound. I know it's rough. The decision's already made. Amjid's right. Amjid's right. The point of this really, the fact that this is really exciting, it kind of means that basically we don't know. Like there's so much that they're developing, like, you know, Binance and Ripple Labs and all these big institutional, enterprises, they've been developing this ecosystem for so long. It's just we're left behind. We don't get to know about it until after the fact because it's just part of the way that they're developing these. It's part of the way that they're literally developing these systems. So I think it's exciting to see that this is announced. It's exciting to see XRapid. It's exciting to see when XRapid's announced they're using these crypto exchanges. Binance is pairing with Liechtenstein and to do a crypto to fiat pairing with the Swiss franc. So much, just like boom, mind blown. Really good stuff. Really big moves by these big players in the industry. So that's really exciting to see. I obviously will watch what CZ says, but Crypto Cougar, thank you so much. You say, Kung Fu, I sent you 50 XRP to your wallet. Thank you. Thank you so much. It means a lot. I appreciate it. So, Amy Ortiz says, who thinks XRP will drop? Who thinks XRP will drop? Will we see XRP below 30 cents again? Will we see XRP below 30 cents again? That's a great question. Honestly, probably one of the bigger questions people are interested in if you're already determined to like get more or to move further into these positions. I would love to see it drop again, personally. I'd love to see it drop again so I could hit another run through. Honestly, looking at maybe Q3, maybe all of Q3 having a declining market, is that possible? Could we see a bounce and another drip, another drop before the Q4 moon launch? That's right, Q4 moon launch. Meowgi! Hey yo, hey yo. I'd like to know how much XRP banks, hedge funds, institutions, and currency exchanges are going to be required to hold since they are going to provide liquidity. Any thoughts? Thank you, Bill Gould. That was a great question. So, literally looking at yesterday, we had the XRapid partners announced with crypto exchanges because they're citing the liquidity available for those exchanges, right? So, what does that mean? How much XRP do banks and hedge funds and institutions need to hold? How much do they need to hold? How much do they need to buy to use these systems? And so that's a great question. And I think that's something that we're kind of waiting to see happen. A lot of these, we, again, looking at like XRP and Cardano, like these protocol tokens that are offering utility, that the utility is not even being used yet. We're still in a very speculative phase, right? We're still in this phase where we're speculating about the price and what it means once the utility is offered. I'm not going to I'm not going to guarantee anything happens after the utility comes through because the utility is only going to then start moving the price in the direction of what it's valued for its service. So potentially, it's an exciting thing to look at. What does that mean? How will the banks interact with the liquidity solution? Will they buy XRP? Will they sign up to use like an account through Bittrex to source liquidity that way? And in fact, when I was thinking about this yesterday, I reminded me of this video. I did this video, SBI crypto derivatives, XRP liquidity explained by Ripple Labs, RippleNet, and it literally is talking about just that. We can see the liquidity provisions for XRapid. They have 3 different liquidity provisions, and 2 of them, it sounds like, can be using XRP. One of them specifically using XRP, and the other one using a liquidity exchange if they need to, where is it? Right there, a liquidity provider. So I've looked at this before. We've broken this down in a video that I've released in the past. It's SBI, crypto derivatives, XRP liquidity explained by Ripple Labs. And they're literally explaining just this idea right here. It's not loading it now, but the liquidity provider. So there's 3 different ways for this XRapid to work, with the actual messaging service of the Nostro Vostro accounts, or a standard like in-between liquidity provider, or directly purchasing XRP. It looks like the liquidity provider and directly purchasing XRP both are using XRP, because as we just saw yesterday, the liquidity provider are crypto exchanges. They literally made the liquidity provider crypto exchanges. So what is up? What is up? How's it going? Mr. Miyagi, run up after Labor Day, we think. We think run up after Labor Day. After swell, Q4, no turning back. After swell, Q4, no turning back. Okay, very cool. I'm all in on XRP and XLM. Which one will moon first? I'm all in. Woo! That's cool. What up, Pace? Sean. The feng shui line has broke. We're only going up. If you're going to launch XRapid, you have waited for the day chart to be ready and heading the right way, aka soon. AKA soon. I still want to accumulate 30-cent ripples. Please, being cheap, trying to short the market. I bought more today. Very nice. Thank you, Miyagi, for reminding me. Smash the like button. Go ahead and smash that like button. Just give it a smash. No big deal. Who was the guy in the bottom right of that pic? I don't know. We gotta watch out for him. We gotta watch out for him. IBM is dying. IBM's old and outdated. So you guys think IBM's out. It's IBM's dying, is what you're saying. The entire crypto market's up again, away from 200 billion. We're headed towards 215, and our BTC dominance has dropped. BTC dominance has dropped. What do you guys think about the volume for... Did you guys see this? The volume for Bitcoin Diamond? What's up with that? Anybody know what's going on with that? XRP volume below Bitcoin Cash, Ethereum Classic volume up, Bitcoin Diamond volume coming out of nowhere, EOS volume up there. Pretty much the same for volume, no big deal. Looking at the market cap for Bitcoin Cash and XRP, a bigger split, about $3 billion difference, putting XRP way above Bitcoin Cash for now. Oh, it's past 11, guys. Past 11. All right, so we were just looking at the. That's right. Time for the news. We were just looking at this tweet. Where was it? Cambo Vision tweeted this earlier with the Binance LCX announced fiat to crypto exchange. This is huge news, big stuff. Looking at them possibly, look at them possibly having a huge. It's like a smoke signal, or it's like an indicator for the rest of the financial industry, right? Like Liechtenstein, and banking, and XRP, and Binance. Like, what else could you want? Like, it's such an interesting moment to see, like, other tokens, like, they have this roadmap, and they're doing great, and I'm not going to say any specifics, but, I'm not going to say any specifics, but some coins, they have roadmaps, and they're doing great, they're trudging along, and all of a sudden, things kind of, like, start to fall apart, or bad news happens, or, like, a hack happens, or something goes wrong, and then they're rushing to, like, to stabilize their PR. They're rushing to be like, oh, it's okay, it's okay, it's okay, don't worry. XRP is like the opposite. Ripple Labs is like the opposite. They're like, they've made a roadmap, and they've just like been slowly, arduously stepping from stone to cross this long river, and it's just great, honestly, to see them. They were, talking about this like 8 months ago. They were talking about this 8 months ago. You know what I mean? Like I guarantee you, the partners they released 2 or 3 days ago, or yesterday, or 2 days ago, those partners, they've probably had, under wraps for a long time. They've probably been in the bag for a long time. So what else do they have in the bag? Like, what else do they already have set up, and what can they not tell us? Sometimes I'll rewatch like David Schwartz interviews and just see if you can like judge like if what is he not telling us? You know he knows something. You know he knows something that he's not telling us. So we're going to check this out in a second, but we're going to run through the headlines really quick because that's what we're going to do. Ripple price analysis, XRP USD recovery above 30 cents on the cards. Ripple price trend, where are we headed? That's the big question. During the past 2 sessions, there were positive moves in Ripple price, moving above 27 cents against the dollar. The current price action indicates that Ripple could continue to move higher above 30 cents. At the present, yesterday's highlight key bearish trend line is almost breached near 30 cents on the hourly chart. The next hurdle for buyers is near 31 cents, which is of 61.8% fib level. The final target for buyers should be around 33 cents, which is the last swing high. So they're saying that the major support level is 28 cents. If we drop below 28 cents, we lost that support. It's hard to say, honestly, what's going to happen with that. I can't say for sure. I don't know. I thought this was really interesting, and we used it in another reference that's probably going to be dropping later tonight or tomorrow, but it's okay. Let's just check this out. We already know that the CEO of PayPal says that Bitcoin's going to zero. We know that because they've been shouting it on the news in the headlines for a minute. But what they don't tell you is that the Yale economist Ale Chinvinsky and Yukon Liao, a PhD candidate in the Department of Economics, argue that Bitcoin has a 0.3% chance of going to zero. 0.3% chance of going to zero. That's very small. It's a very, very small percent chance. Their study is an unemotional take on the state of cryptocurrency and the analysis of the market behavior. It lacks both corporate bias and crypto fanaticism. So that's pretty neutral. That's pretty neutral. They also want to say that investors should diversify and buy Bitcoin, betting anywhere from 1% to 6% of their portfolio on cryptocurrency. So they're saying their strategy, if you, as an investor, believe that Bitcoin will perform as well as it has historically, then you should hold 6% of your portfolio in Bitcoin. If you believe that it will do half as well, you should hold 4%. And in all other circumstances, if you think it'll do much worse, then you should still hold 1%. Even if you think Bitcoin is going to do horribly, they say you should still hold 1% of it. This is what I tell people about XRP. I'm like, you should at least hold 1% of your whatever the heck it is you have. I don't know. In XRP. PayPal, that dinosaur. You know what's really interesting to look at? I was looking at something earlier, and it was talking about, and I've covered this before in a video. I've talked about it plenty of times, about the value of protocol tokens over application tokens. And there's a discussion right now about where the value will be stuck. Where's the value trap? Because we can see in the past with like the internet, they developed the TCP/IP layer, and it basically allowed us to have that protocol layer to work in, but there's no value there, right? No one's invested in TCP technology. They invested in Facebook and Google and Amazon, right? So people are saying it's going to be the other way with tokens because a lot of times, just like we're looking at the Ethereum building value based off of the ICOs launched on it, the protocol tokens facilitating application layers is what allows them to catch value. So people are speculating, like, where's the value trap? Where's the value trap at? And it's interesting to look at this because specifically following where the value is headed is a good way to understand where we're going to be wanting to invest. Now, as we know, I'm not a financial advisor. I'm not a fiduciary. I am not necessarily like, making financial advice. I'm just looking at this information and reviewing it with you because I think it's interesting. Potentially, what does it mean? What does it mean that they're saying that you should hold at least 1%, even if you think it's going to go really poorly? Like, even if you think it's going to go really poorly, hold it. Why would you hold 1%? It's a good question. It's a good question to wonder. PayPal, why? PayPal, why? So thinking about the value trap, like where's the value trap? Where's it headed? This is what's interesting to look at, right? Like Bitcoin right now is at what? $111 billion. No big deal. It's a skewed market capitalization, so we can't use it as concrete, right? It's not guaranteed market capitalization at $111 billion. But compare it to like Coinbase, right? The biggest exchange that we know and use and often hate on. Their market valuation right now is like 1 billion, right? They're as a company, they're worth 1 billion, and they're facilitating the purchase of these tokens. The token has a market cap of 100 billion. That's a little bit bigger. It's a little bit bigger, right? So in the past, we've always said, like, who made money in the gold rush? Who made money in the gold rush? The people selling shovels, right? People selling shovels. It doesn't look like selling shovels is going to make you any money anymore. What does that mean, though? It means that potentially, like, there's a lot of value traps in the protocol layers that people who build out applications will not be catching that value. They won't be catching that value. So it's interesting to look at that, I think, potentially. Did you see what the former CEO said? He said, we don't need cryptocurrency. We just need a faster network. Hilarious. Yes, Chris Rodriguez, thank you for reminding me. We looked at that article yesterday, and that's kind of what we were referencing with this article today. And it's funny because he says Bitcoin's going to head to zero, and this Yale study says like 0.3% chance of that happening. And it's great to look at him saying all we need is faster networks, because if you watched our live stream yesterday, we were talking about Andreas Antonopoulos referencing that you can have faster networks, but if they're not secure, then all your money's bye-bye. Like, bye-bye money. So when we go and look at stuff like this, when we go and look at, people asking, like, well, are they going to use internal version that we're not going to have access to? I don't know. Like, I don't know. It's hard to say who's going to try to develop their own internal CBDCs, central bank digital currencies, and who's going to actually use these protocol layers and facilitate like a application layer of a CBDC on a protocol. I don't know. There's so many moving parts in this. First, let me just say, thank you so much to each and every one of you. I'm appreciative of each and every one of you. I know you're all doing your best. You're all trying really hard. You're doing your thing. You're grinding. I feel you. I support you, and I am appreciative of you right now in this space. All 165 of you. Click the like button. It means a lot. But also, just thank you. Thank you so much. I want to always be willing to learn, willing to look at something and understand it better. And for the most part, a lot of times, it's so humbling to be here in this space because I know a lot of you guys are really, really smart. A lot of you guys have sent me emails, and we've had discussions, and we've talked back and forth. A lot of you are really, really smart. Thank you for putting up with me. I know sometimes, I'm doing my best to learn and to keep up with this stuff. So thank you for putting up with me. Happy to be here. What's going on with this value trap? That's why I'm continually just trying to understand this technology and look at where the value trap is, right? Like, where's the value going to go? And so, of course, like finding support from like Yale economists saying like, yeah, there's probably 0.3% chance it goes to zero. That's pretty strong. That's pretty strong. And then, of course, also just looking at all the industries and, giant corporations building ecosystem around this technology, pretty strong indicator that we're headed somewhere. Pretty strong indicator that we're headed somewhere in a positive direction. So What the rest of the article says down here is basically, Jack Dorsey, CEO of Twitter and Square, wants Bitcoin to be the internet's native currency. NASDAQ CEO Adina Friedman has approved resources to help crypto companies build critical infrastructure. And the IMF says digital technology will spread further and efforts to ignore it or legislate it will likely fail. Wow. Straight from the IMF, guys. Straight from the IMF. Efforts to ignore it or legislate it will likely fail. That's pretty crazy. That is pretty crazy. What are you guys talking about over here? So, yes, founding CEO of PayPal says Bitcoin's headed to zero, but Yale study says chances of that happening are 0.3%. I love you too, Crypto Cougar. I support you too. Thank you. It means a lot. Kung Fu Nerd Party at KFC. Amy Ortiz, what is it with KFC with you? Let's go. Let's go to KFC. I'm down. I don't care. I love me. Actually, we have, in Austin, I go to Lucy's a lot. I go to Lucy's more for fried chicken. Yo, it's the glasses. Remember the days when I hated you? No, I don't. I don't remember that at all. Do you think XRP will go to $10? Crypto Cougar, I thought you always liked me. What do you do? You put me down for doing accents? Oh my goodness, that's rough. It's hard. I guess it's hard for me to do. It's rough to listen to me do accents. I know. Whether it's positive or negative, he'll tell the worst truth before he tells the best lie. I think he doesn't have the ability to lie. Great quality because you can trust whatever he tells you, 100% fact. 2 out of 2. Cryptical thinker. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. This calls for an accent, he said. I don't know. I don't know if I'm ready for that. I don't know if I'm ready for accents on the spot, guys. I feel like I'm just not prepared for that. So, exciting news. Looking at this Daily Hodl article, we also have, this came out today. I know you guys probably have already been tweeting about this. I know you guys have already been tweeting about this, or hearing about this, or thinking about it. Ripple XRP dominates the market. That's right. Yes, we know. XRP is up 10%. It's dominating the market. But Joseph Lubin, Ethereum co-founder, adds on saying some bullshit. The bullshit. He's a bullshit. He's a bullshittier. Joseph Lubin, I kind of liked you, bro. I kind of liked you, Joseph. I kind of liked you. I did. It was rough. It was rough. I don't know what you're talking about. What is he talking about? Co-founder of the second in lead by market capitalization Ethereum, Joseph Lubin noted out his thoughts on Ripple Tech and EOS for Bloomberg. When Mr. Lubin was asked about the cryptocurrency environment and the market, more precisely about networks and protocols that would give decentralization or speed for security, he remained unfazed while replying, "Ripple isn't really a blockchain. It's sort of a payment system, so I don't really consider it a competitor. While for EOS, a slightly, maybe slightly, decentralized approach at building a blockchain system." Okay, well, a slight quality was labeled to EOS, as Joseph Lubin described the decision-making system of 21 people that knew each other well. So, he says EOS possibly is something, but he doesn't even think XRP is blockchain. He says, the San Francisco-based blockchain giant signing down 3 partners with leading exchanges and token XRP's leading pair with US dollar 10% in the last 24 hours. So what is he saying? He's basically saying he doesn't think that XRP is blockchain. And that's fine. That's fine and dandy. What does Joseph Lubin really know anyway? What does Joseph Lubin really know anyway? That's what I want to know. What does he really know? So, I retweeted this. I retweeted this that Tiffany Hayden tweeted earlier. She said, well, Ripple isn't a blockchain according to Joseph Lubin. And she actually pulled up the exact image that I was going to reference. David Schwartz saying literally right here, a blockchain is a sequence of states of a distributed database, each of which contains a cryptographically strong reference to the prior state and further contains sufficient information to prove the transition from the previous state is a valid one, according to the system's rules. Now, I'm not going to go call out Joseph Lubin as like not knowing what blockchain is, but maybe we should call out Joseph Lubin for not knowing what blockchain is, because, I don't know, David Schwartz maybe, patented a distributed cloud-based network 30 years ago. No big deal. No big deal. He's just out there, grinding, dropping knowledge bombs on Twitter. People don't care. People don't care. So, yeah, Joseph Lubin's probably taking like some swings at XRP right now. He's probably feeling a little bit threatened with Ethereum dropping so much value out of it. And I think that we have another article talking about Tesla stock tumbled today after an interview. That's non-crypto news. Tesla stock's down after a bad interview with the New York Times. I guess he cried a little bit or something, maybe. And this article basically kind of following up, we were just looking at the Joseph Lubin thinking about calling out XRP and Ethereum losing a little bit of value. This article says the strong US dollar, not ICO loss, drove the market decline. What are they basically saying? people I know that we've said this in the last few streams, and it was possibly, I think there is some truth to it. The fact that Ethereum has been losing value because people are leaving the protocol layer, they're leaving the altcoins, they're abandoning altcoins, that's pulling value from Ethereum. But people are saying right here that this is actually something else too. This is a combination of a couple different things. In reality, the analysts attribute the decline that affected Ethereum to a greater extent than Bitcoin. The ICO-funded startup cashing out their capital before the market takes an even further dip. So the CEO of BitMEX added that he believes nervous VCs will soon begin moving out of their ICO tokens and Ether holdings, which forecasts the ultimate dive of Ethereum below $100. So they're saying that that's one of the big contributing factors, what we were already speculating about, the fact that Ethereum as a protocol layer is losing the ICO tokens investment. But Matty Greenspan, senior market analyst at eToro, which I know some of you guys have been battling him on Twitter recently, he said that this assessment misses the mark, writing in that the market commentary also made to CNN. He argues that crypto markets movement this week has been correlated with fluctuations among local cryptocurrencies and the value of emerging markets, which have been responding inversely to the strengthening of the US dollar. Hey yo, welcome Brian Lee. Thank you so much for joining. And thank you Heated Garage. I appreciate it. Heated Garage, hey yo, how's it going? Thank you so much for the support. It means a lot. So what do we think about this, guys? The fact that we're seeing Ethereum drop, but it's not entirely attributed to ICO loss. This Matty Greenspan calling out possibly the strengthening US dollar as a reason for Ethereum to lose some of its strength. The United States moves to tighten its economy and avoid strong inflation. They're taking action that's strengthening the dollar. Because the US dollar is the global reserve currency, many smaller economies rely heavily on a stable exchange rate with the greenback. So too is the dollar is being seen as a stable store of value at the moment. There really isn't much incentive for people to store their money in digital assets. Now, we can go back and forth about the argument of the last sentence of this, but in reality, he's probably right that there's not just a straight abandonment of Ethereum, but possibly a combination of many different things weighing in on this market decline. At the very end of the article, it says the USD pullback perhaps not coincidentally coincided with a mid-week crypto renaissance, enabling the cryptocurrency market cap to add 20 billion after briefly dipping below 190 billion on Monday. So, kind of tying in together with the whole article with Joseph Lubin and reaching towards blockchain, etc., etc. We can see a lot of this is just kind of them like swinging at each other, I think. Just kind of like making little positions, no big deal. This is the calendar that I was going to retweet. I think I did. I retweeted it, so you guys can see the XRP calendar if you want. It's on Twitter. And despite price crash, Bitcoin believers still say the best is yet to come. The best is yet to come. So, looking at Bitcoin price down at 6,310, the possibility of a brighter future ahead is very high in my mind. I think we can see all these different platforms being built. We can see the XRP being launched with partners with crypto exchanges. And honestly, looking at Coinbase's marketplace that they just launched, they cannot basically, they can't get the app to work. So I haven't been in there yet. But you can't exclude the reality that Facebook might be looking to acquire Coinbase more and more by the day, especially with Coinbase's new wallet marketplace. It's potentially, one of those things that makes you kind of realize like they're kind of like both perfect for each other right now. And I'm not really I dare say hate Facebook, but it's mainly just because of their algorithm and just because of it's Facebook. But still, what would that mean for Facebook to acquire Coinbase? Would they acquire Coinbase with their new wallet marketplace? Would that be an incentive for them? I have no idea. I have no idea. And then also, this was in the news on CoinDesk. There's a What ETF? The title of the article is What ETF? An uncanny correlation between Overstock's stock price and the Bitcoin price. So, I haven't read this article yet. I have no idea what they're talking about, but This is in the news today on CoinDesk. The Overstock operations expanded. The company now has a dedicated blockchain subsidiary, T0, which hopes to publicly trade blockchain-based crypto traditional assets in 2018. It seems investors in the U.S. public market are using it as a proxy for an asset they're not easily able to acquire exposure to, something like an ETF. In short, the eyes of the traders, it seems that's what's good for Bitcoin is good for Overstock value, or vice versa. They're basically saying that they've seen a very close tie between Overstock stock and Bitcoin price. So potentially, what does that mean with both OSTK and BTC experiencing tremendous growth coming into 2014 and both reaching a climax and beginning a steep descent just before the new year? Do they mean 2018 probably?
Hey yo, XRP to the moon. We started at the bottom, now we're here.
That's right. XRP to the moon started from the bottom. Now we're here. I was gonna drop that start from the bottom, now we're here video, but I don't have it ready. Thank you so much, Diana Palmer. That means a lot. Yo yo, XRP to the moon. That's right. We started from the bottom, and now we're here.
Liechtenstein is home to uber wealth money. This is where Rothschild, Rockefeller, etc. families keep monies. This move with Binance is way bigger than we know.
Woo! That's so true. That's so true. Clara B, thank you so much. I appreciate your support, and I appreciate your contribution to the conversation. Yes, Liechtenstein is home to uber wealthy money. I don't know if you guys remember this, but I remember this day a month ago where we talked about the root of cryptocurrency, the history of cryptocurrency. And long story short, I know people are like, well, somebody made it up in the 80s. David Schwartz patented it in the 88. Nope, wrong. Wrong. Knights of Templar invented cryptography. Actually, not invented it. It's been around for way longer than that. But one of the first uses of cryptography in the banking system was the Knights of Templar using cryptography to secure value for people and let them traverse dangerous roads between cities, and then you'd go to another Knight of Templar office in the other city, and they would decode your message and give you back your store of value. That's kind of crazy stuff. It's kind of old school banking, the development of banking, the development of store of value, and then again, looking at the history of the Knights of Templar disappearing into the hills of where the Liechtenstein Bank right now is. There's a lot of, yes, family money there. There's a lot of wealth. There's a lot of banking first principles created there. There's a lot of banking standards developed there and implemented around the world. So even though we like to think that we're in control in the U.S. with our soft global reserve dollar, we're not. We're not. This is some old power. This is some old school power and some old school money. And yeah, Clara B, you're right. This is a big move. It's a really big thing to see this all coming together. And it's not really like being. I think it's not really being publicized that much because I think people don't understand it. I spent all yesterday trying to look at, like, what does this mean? Like, what are they doing? Are they launching on XRP? Are they launching an exchange that's, international? Is it EU approved? Where's the regulatory clearance falling right now? So many questions to ask, and really there's more questions than there are answers right now. But I think that the safe bet is to realize that potentially we are in a good spot. We're in a really good spot. I mean, literally one of the execs of Ripple talking with one of the CEO of Binance and one of the owners of a hedge fund powered on XRP. It's like, what could go wrong here? What could go wrong here? You know what I mean? Such good news. A lot of exciting things to see for that group to be paired together. So this article, Overstock stock and Bitcoin price pairing or being somewhat tied together, holding some kind of tie together, is interesting. And then also Capital One today has a blockchain patent for a collaborative authentication tool. It's kind of hard to see where this stuff's going, and what it's going to mean moving forward. Looking at their proposed idea to describe a distributed, non-reputable record of authentication interaction. It allows users to authenticate themselves across multiple platforms, but limits how much personal information is shared between them. Kind of looking like something like Doc, the thing that Binance just added, something that basically controls your personal information, and you can give specific types of your personal information to different applications or whatever. To different applications. So Cryptical thinker, I'm willing to take that risk. I'm willing to take that risk today and every day. Thank you. They can, not sure after mass adoption. We will be elite soon. We will be elite soon. King Blue, yes, Templars started the first banking system that helped spread wealth. Yes, thank you, thank you, thank you. Yeah, cryptical thinker, I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that. It's very easy to open a Swiss bank account, or at least it used to be. Maybe not today. Spread the Standard Sean says, how many other top-tier members of other cryptos were there yesterday? Crickets. Ooh, burn. That's right. That's right. Who wants the others there? Google equals knows everything. All right. I like it. So what does this mean? Capital One patent. Looks like they're developing basically a way for you to control your data, your personal data. So that's kind of exciting. And one more article, and then we're gonna go look at that. We're gonna listen to the CZ. We're gonna listen to some CZs. This is dangerous. I don't want to panic anybody. So I'm chilling with dropping this into headlines, but we have a couple different headlines here that I want to look at really quick. We have altcoins purge begins. OKEX delists 28 token pairs. That's pretty big. So altcoin purge has begun. Altcoins that are no longer functioning or useful or worth holding have been delisted. The pairings of delisted tokens, which it means as hidden tokens, will not be displayed on our token trading list chart, and they can be found to trade entered the ticker. They include this long list of all these tokens that does not look interesting to read. The Daily, we got Binance launching in Liechtenstein. ZB.com opens office in Malta. So this article coming out on Bitcoin.com, referencing what we've been covering pretty much all morning. I believe Binance LCX will create a substantial and relatable fiat crypto gateway for professional and regulators alike. I hope Binance LCX will drive new standards for usability and compliance for the blockchain industry, and we are very excited to bring the relevant experience and best practices to grow our team. So we were kind of, we can kind of see that there's stuff that's being developed that we don't get to know about, right? There's partnerships being developed, there's arrangements being made, there's people shaking hands and signing contracts behind closed doors that we don't get to know about until after the fact. So it's pretty exciting to see them make this move, and you got to wonder, like, how long did it take them to secure this? Like, how long did it take them to put all these partnerships together and sign all the contracts and dot all the I's and cross all the T's? How long did it take to get here? How long did they know before they could tell us? And you got to wonder, like, what potentially are they developing right now? They can't tell us. That's what always gets me wondering. That's what gets me going. So I don't want this to worry you, but funds frozen, account closed, UK banks target cryptocurrency owners. That's right. It's a scary, scary headline and a chilling but sadly all too familiar sequence of events. UK banks have been targeting cryptocurrency owners, individuals who have cashed out large amounts of crypto legitimately. They have had their assets frozen and accounts locked without warning. Fueled by fears of money laundering and general distrust of Bitcoin, one victim even claims to have had their house raided and a computer equipment seized in a follow-up. This is crazy stuff. This kind of lends support to the idea. That yeah, we're not out of the woodwork. People are like, well, is crypto a scam? And you're like, no, it's not. It's fine. And then you pull your money out of the bank and they raid your house. Whoa, guys. I'm not breaking any laws here. Like, I'm pretty sure this is illegal. No, sir. Sir, give us all the money back. Sir, give us all this money back right now. This is dangerous. This is really crazy. I don't really know what to say about this because it's kind of crazy to look at this. It's scary. Like, are we safer? I made that cash out. I made that how to cash out your crypto. Crypto exit strategy, how to cash out crypto. And guess what? That that video basically suggests, like, don't worry, it's fine. Just cash out a little bit here and there. This is not good. This is not good for the for the argument that it's kind of scammy right now. It's not very good for the argument that it was scammy, because that's not great. And it looks almost like I made that video saying, like, okay, well, you can cash out percentages, it should be fine. Maybe it was like maybe we should just keep it all in crypto, right? The long focus. Fiat sucks. Fiat sucks. That's bold. Honestly, it's pretty bold. Traditional finance and cryptocurrency have been uneasy bedfellows ever since the start, but it didn't have to be this way. While some jurisdictions have belatedly welcomed cryptocurrency with open arms, the majority have taken an antagonistic stance. The UK is a prime example. Unless you're a big shot like Coinbase, which recently secured a deal with Barclays, don't count on retaining access to a bank account if you dabble in crypto. That's rough. On a peer-to-peer site, localbits.com, UK traders exchange large amounts of BTC every day, requesting in most instances that the bank pay in reference to something benign and unrelated to crypto. To do otherwise is to play a dangerous game. So possibly it's not a good time to cash out a huge amount. It's possibly not a good time to cash out huge amounts. I had my bank account frozen and my funds taken by Clydesdale Bank without any warning or explanation. I was eventually told by the branch manager that it no longer wanted to do business with these types of, i.e., cryptocurrency users. Wow. Wow. That's kind of interesting to look at. What does that mean? Well, what does that mean? Basically, it means like WireX cards, BitPay cards, things that give you access to spending your crypto, pairing it to a crypto debit card or credit card, pairing that to your wallet. It looks like these will be integral to this adoption phase, or to this threshold that we're crossing through, where banks believe they have the right to hold my money and take it from me. In fact, this is a really interesting thing for them to do. It's kind of like, it's like one of those Zen sayings where it's like, the tighter you squeeze, the less you can hold. Like, I don't remember the exact quote right now, but it's kind of like a simple principle of like, pick up a handful of sand and keep squeezing and see how much sand you have left at the end, right? Because in reality, like, what is the point of this? Like, what's the focus here? Thank you so much. Thank you so much. XRP. XRP! Thank you, Mr. Lee. It means a lot. I appreciate it. I'm waiting for the sound to go bling, bling. We are treated like criminals. Exactly, yeah. It means banks are trying to declare war until they get control. It's tough. Woo, there we go. Boom! Thank you so much.
XRP.
Woo! XRP! I like it when the robot voice says it. I like it when the robot says it. Thank you so much, Robert Lee. It means a lot. I appreciate your support. You're always such a good supporter. I appreciate you so much. I know that you, I tried to tell people the other day to send you some love, but I think I should start a tweet and tweet you some XRP to replenish your XRP stores. I know you don't need it, and I know you're a very giving person without any expectations of reciprocation, but it always means so much. It always means so much. I appreciate you, and good looking out. Thank you, thank you. XRP, that's right. XRP to the moon. So I'm kind of concerned that the banks have maybe made a bad step here, because it's not going to affect us. It's not going to affect us, well, unless they freeze your exact personal account. But, you know, it's kind of like squeezing sand, right? It's like squeezing sand. Eventually they're going to hold nothing. So the fact that they're trying to clamp down and freeze these accounts, it's just going to create interest in cryptocurrencies, because you can't freeze cryptocurrencies. You can't take away cryptocurrencies. That's, in fact, one of the best things about cryptocurrencies. And what potentially makes this worse for the banks is the fact that they did this kind of without warning, and this looks really bad for them. It looks really bad. Honestly, it looks pretty bad. So what does that mean once people start to accept that banks will, you know, possibly be freezing their accounts if they try to cash out their crypto? it's an interesting road ahead, especially when you see like Binance and Ripple and Liechtenstein fiat to crypto pairing. You know, like that's fine, right? We'll all just be holding Swiss francs or whatever. We'll just be cashing out into the Liechtenstein bank. No big deal. So earlier we're looking at this Liechtenstein tweet that happened. Where is my tweeter? So we were looking at this tweet earlier. I retweeted it. It was basically the discussion yesterday. We still have to wait till later to see the announcement at 2:30, and we're waiting to find out what that means. But let's check out what CZ says.
Something happened with it. So, what blockchain? And with a kind of a couple of questions.
Sure. So, well, I guess most people in this room should probably know Binance at least by now. I'll just explain a little bit about the overall vision.
Become a period become viewer. Cheaper. So first let you speak a couple of minutes and then I jump in with a kind of a couple of questions.
Sure. So, well, I guess most people in this room should probably know Binance at least by now. I'll just explain a little bit.
What?
Cryptocurrency blockchain is the ecosystem. So in this ecosystem, you need everything. So you need good regulations, you need people to issue tokens, you need good projects, and you need liquidity. And so in this ecosystem, I would say the cryptocurrency, the coins itself, is more like the blood in the body. And but the exchange is more like the heart. We pump this blood, and we have circulation.
I love Chinese analogies for health using the heart and blood. That's what you guys might not be able to hear him, but he basically said crypto is like the blood. He's saying like we need this whole functioning ecosystem for this to work. And what that means is he's saying cryptocurrency is the blood. He's saying the exchange is the heart. And honestly, I want to hear what else he's going to say, but I'll pause it and I'll relay the information if you guys can't hear it very well. But looking at his analogy, he said basically we need all these systems to work together. We need this regulation. We need we need these exchanges. We need this the functioning cryptos, all to be functioning together to create this ecosystem for this to work.
And this is how we get liquidity. So
this is how we get liquidity, he says.
After you issue a coin, the coin have to go look for a project, look for a good exchange with liquidity to trade on. This is very, very important for the success of the projects, which in turn is very important for the success of the entire industry or economy. So having good exchanges is mandatory for any economy to do well. So and I think for why we're here, I think Liechtenstein has a very, very unique opportunity to really grow this industry. And I think from the perspective of the historic financial industry here, everybody understands finances in a very deep way. The local currency is extremely stable for the last few centuries. And Liechtenstein is also one of the highest rated countries in the world with a AAA rating.
One of the highest rated countries in the world, one of the most stable fiats for the last few decades, and looking at honestly putting all this together, these guys are smart. These are a bunch of smart guys that have got together and have decided to make this work. And there's really like so many potential opportunities for them to head in a specific direction. It's great they decided to do this. It's great they decided to head this direction. You can see that really they've been working at this for a while. I guarantee they've been working at this for a while. Let's just hear this last part again.
And I think for why we're here, I think Liechtenstein has a very, very unique opportunity to really grow this industry. And
a very, very unique opportunity to grow this industry. And that's pretty much the highlight of what this partnership looks like. It's an opportunity to grow this industry. And honestly, there's a potential that we might see people like other big nation states and other big fiats feel left behind. They might start to feel left behind because this is a big move. This is a bunch, like Clara B said earlier, this is some really, really uber wealthy families, big money, old school money, pairing and creating this fiat to crypto exchange, looking at the stability of their fiat there. What does that mean? Like, what does that mean? Instead of, I don't know, there's a lot of speculation you could pull from this. So I'm going to watch it for one more second.
From the perspective of the historic financial industry here, everybody understands finances in a very deep way. The local currency is extremely stable for the last few centuries. And Liechtenstein is also one of the highest rated countries in the world with a AAA rating. So I think all of these things combined with leaders who are very forward thinking, who understands technology, who understands some of the challenges the entrepreneurs and the industry faces. So I think this combination, and also very, very importantly, it is a small country. Small countries has many advantages when it comes to blockchain economy, because blockchain is a new thing. Being able to adjust quickly, adopt quickly, is very, very important. I think this is actually a very good.
Being able to adopt quickly. So we've said this before in past videos. We referenced like a big ship in the ocean. Imagine a huge ship trying to turn. It takes a lot longer for the Titanic to turn around than it does for a little skipper. So it's a small country. It's not decades, but centuries of fiat stability. It's very versed in technology and banking. And at this point, what does this mean? I think I just saw someone just ask this. John Pierce just said, how does XRP fit into a restructure of the Fed? How does John Pierce fit into a restructure of the Fed? I mean, not how does John Pierce. How does XRP? I just said your name, though. I just said your name instead of XRP. How do you feel about that? How does XRP fit into a restructuring of the Fed? And how does this partnership, how does this arrangement with Binance and with Ripple and with Liechtenstein, how does this facilitate the movement of the standard of XRP? What does this happen? What does this mean with the Fed? What does it mean with all these different possibilities moving forward? And it's interesting to look at what is happening. Like it's interesting to look at like what is happening with this space, because we've made speculations in the past. We've made speculations in the past about CBDCs, central bank digital currencies, launching on some of these protocols, on some of these protocol layers. But what if they don't even have to do that? What if they just, instead digitize their fiats and then they still transact on top of the ILP or any other protocol like that? What does that mean? Well, again, it does lend support to XRP being used and being held and having a true store of value, a true utility for these services, for these ecosystems. So potentially, like when you look at the coin list, when you look at the coin chart, there's only so many tokens that really have utility, that have purpose and function, right? And so some of them you can already see being used. Some of them have already kind of like fallen into a utility and function. Some of them are still in speculative phase. And we don't really know what the price will look like. We don't know what the price will look like once the utility starts to pair. So 32 cents right now. We're at 32 cents. XRP is at 32 cents. And you guys can't see me. Hello. There we are. We're back. My camera's back. So XRP, 32 cents. We're seeing a lot of growth and momentum. We're seeing the development of this ecosystem happening pretty much just as we've speculated it would. Just as we speculated it would. Long time coming, really. What does that mean for us right now? What does that mean for XRP right now? Honestly, looking at all the news, we had the XRP ledger just reach decentralization. with our, with the new addition to the UNL. We have the Liechtenstein, Binance, Ripple Lab combo coming through. Looks pretty strong. This looks pretty strong. And we have the, still waiting for some announcements in the States, but really not even expecting that to be as big as I don't think it's going to have as big as an effect as it could anymore, because just because I think we've already realized that people in the States that want to be in, they're probably in, and if not, then that's okay. They'll get in, I guess, eventually. So what exactly can we see in the future? What exactly will we see in the next few days for XRP and for cryptocurrency in general? Well, right now we're all green. Right now we're completely in the green. XRP is running up. And you know what was crazy is this morning when I looked at the charts, or maybe it was yesterday evening, I looked at the charts for a minute, and Bitcoin and Ethereum and Bitcoin Cash were all down, I think, and XRP was up. XRP was in the green, and I think it was like one of the only ones in the green. And I think it was a lot to do with the announcements around Binance and Ripple Labs and Liechtenstein. And I think it has a lot to do with, as I've said before, the good news about XRP is kind of like a resistance level for further drops. Will we see a further drop? I don't know. I'm not sure. It's hard to say. I'm open to either direction, honestly. I'm open to either direction. It will never go this low again, says John Marks. If you're not buying XRP right now, you need your head examined. I appreciate your compliment, or your confidence and your statement. Not your compliment. John Marks, if you're not buying XRP right now, you need your head examined. It's true. It's true that XRP has a very, very specific, unique use case and utility. It's been very, very well built. It has a strong roadmap that they're continually dropping right in on time. So it's hard. It's hard to say. It's hard to say why people wouldn't be on board yet. Why would they not be on board yet? Who won the low price prediction for XRP? It's a good question. I guess if it doesn't go back down, then we can go look at who guessed the right price. You guys are saying it's going to go up. You guys are saying there's no more drops, no more dips. I could believe that. Honestly, I could believe this could be a new bottom for XRP and that we won't go down further with the XRapid partnerships being launched and with the news about the, more people hearing probably about the Liechtenstein banking, more people probably hearing about like different exchanges launching on XRP, more people probably becoming aware of SBI and their interests, etc., etc. What does that really mean? What does that really mean? Is this the bottom? Will we see nothing but upward movement now in XRP? And looking at the Yale article from the past that we've referenced, the price and how it functions, will we see more people jump into XRP as it moves up? I think so. I think yes. I think people will buy it as it goes up, and that's when it'll FOMO. That's when the FOMO will happen. That's when FOMO. XRP is heading in a nice, smooth growth, not pump and dumping. I agree. It does look pretty strong. Diane Palmer says dip. Dip. Diane Palmer says dip. We do what Bitcoin does until we have utility. Thank you, Jared. That's a great point. We do pretty much mimic and follow Bitcoin until XRapid launches. Until XRapid launches, it's pretty much speculation and pairing to Bitcoin. So it's kind of possible, I think. It's possible to see another dip. Good news equals price drop. TWAM is right. Usually if we have really good news, the price drops. You need 8,500 more XRP to get my lifetime goal. That sounds pretty legit. I mean, shoot, that's only like 3K, right? I mean, something like 3K. It's about 3K. I don't know, somewhere close. Seems like we're wrapping things up. I gotta go! Craving tacos. We are wrapping things up. It's coming to an end. That's right. That's right. And if you haven't already, it's Friday. We're doing meme review tomorrow morning. That's right, meme review tomorrow morning. And if you haven't done any memes, drop them in the subreddit. You can do a little meme for some XRP, and hopefully you win. I hope you guys win. I hope you guys win. All the XRP. Win Moon. Win Moon. Can I tweet it to you? Yes. Are you asking me? You can always tweet something to me. I'm always happy to be tweeted. Let me know. Tell me what you think. Tell me what you think. So, dips during the weekend? Dips during the weekend, you think? Okay. Do you like tacos? Bro, I live in Austin, Texas. Okay? This is the land of the taco. This is the land of the taco truck. You think it's LA? It's Austin. It's Austin. In fact, you think my mission is to make YouTube videos and collect XRP and hodl XRP? My real mission is to find the perfect taco. That's right. It's a lifelong mission, my friends. It's a lifelong mission. The perfect taco, it's out there. I will find it one day. I've had a lot of really good tacos, but I'm looking for the perfect taco. FOMO can be really powerful. Exactly. Every single person that you've talked to and you've like said something about XRP and they were like, that's not going to happen. They're probably watching it, and as soon as it starts running up, they're going to be like, I must buy! And they will probably buy it. They will probably buy it. My meme page is up to 63.3K followers. Lax Thor! That's cool. Lax Thor memes. Lax Thor memes. Clara B says, important question, what goes into a burrito? Well, that's a great question, actually. It's a great question. I normally put turtles. Turtles in my burrito. That's right. I just roll up a turtle with its shell. It's crunchy. Bye, farewell. That's right, we're coming to an end. It's over. We've already done an hour. And there's not really any more news to cover. I'm just asking questions and responding to questions. Let's see what's coming out later. There'll be another video about XRapid coming out later. There's the live stream tomorrow morning for you guys that want to do XRP memes. You can get the XRP memes. And for the recap for before we have to go, we have crypto markets at 215 billion, up slightly. We have the Capital One patent for blockchain tech that basically lets people control their data. We also have the news that funds have been frozen in UK banks targeting cryptocurrency owners. Very dangerous. Very dangerous. We also have Binance LCX, one of the biggest things today. Binance launches in Liechtenstein. Binance LCX launches fiat to crypto exchange in Liechtenstein. Binance, largest cryptocurrency exchange by volume, announced it's launching the fiat to crypto trading platform through a joint venture with LCX. Very, very big news. And we also have, despite price crash, Bitcoin believers still say best is yet to come. And one of the other articles, we already closed it, was PayPal ex-CEO says Bitcoin will go to zero, and Yale economist says there's a 0.3% chance, not even 3%, a 0.3% chance of that happening. XRP showing the highest gains inside the top 10. XRP, I'm going to say XRP 10% up, even though EOS is up slightly inside right now. XRP taking #1 spot inside the top 10. Looking at Joseph Lubin calling XRP not blockchain. You'll probably hear that a few more times today. And that's about it, boys and girls. That's about it. We know that there's a long road ahead to get. There's a long road ahead to get ourselves into these positions that we've been waiting for a long time. And in reality, there's nothing but good news. There's nothing but good news. It's so crazy. All the things that Ripple's been saying they're going to do, all the things that we've speculated about XRP being able to pull off, all coming together. There's not a single stone on the map that we've not stepped on, right? We've hit every single stone as we're crossing this river. We're here. This is it. This is it. And you can easily see it's safe enough to say, I think, easily right now with this moment, with Ripple Labs and Binance and Liechtenstein and the ICE and NYSE and Intercontinental and DSEX and Bittrex and all the other things, XRapid, you can easily see something's happening. Something's happening. Yes, crypto is happening. Yes, XRP is amazing. That's exactly right. Exactly right. That's about all we're going to do. It's been fun. It's been a good time. I appreciate you all. What else will we happen? What else will we see today in the news and into the evening? It's hard to say. Will we see a drop? Will we see a further run? Is this the bottom? It's hard to say. It's hard to say. Thank you, everyone. Thank you for all the super chats. Thanks for joining us. As always, if you haven't already, don't forget to make a meme. Drop it in our subreddit. Join also our link to Binance. If you guys haven't been into Binance yet, probably a good time to join Binance. Probably a good time to join Binance. I don't know if that's going to be a separate platform. The Binance LCX probably going to be a separate platform. But I think that being in the traditional Binance is good too. Get in before you can't. And smash that like button. Thank you so much for your support. Click that subscribe button. And drink a lot of water. Take care of yourself. Do something nice for yourself today. And remember that not everyone's going to be on the top. That's right. Even looking right now at XRP wallet holders, we're 0.1% of the population. We're not even, like, if XRP goes mooning to Pluto, and we all are just like stacked with XRP gains, we won't even be the 1%. We'll be the elite. We'll be the elite inside the 1%. We'll be the 0.1%. That's how small XRP is right now. That's how small even Bitcoin is right now. People aren't even into Bitcoin right now. So a little bit earlier than most people on this adoption. Very exciting to be here. And that's it. That's all we're going to do. I appreciate you all. We did the news. We did a little bit of fun times back and forth. Farewell. Have a great Friday. Have a great Friday. Drink some water. And I'll see you tomorrow. XRP meme giveaway. XRP meme.